Doesn't quick shipping means you and getting every app. Walmart Plus. It's Walmart Plus. Oh, and I need these items printed with your logo by Friday. Certainly. Are you for imprint, sir? Well, we are for imprint. Certainty that. Like the certainty of finding the perfect promo gear for gifting at Sorting. Exclusive items and quality brands to wow your clients, your customers, and your team. Delivered on time. Go to 4imprints.com and find some wow now. For certain.
Okay, everybody. I hope everybody's doing okay. And this is a Wednesday evening. I'm just hanging out here, hoping that somebody will join me on the panel. The link's at the top of the chat if anybody wants to join. If you don't, I understand that as well. Some people just don't like to join a panel, but you're all welcome. I hope everybody can hear me okay. I went out and did a couple of ships today. There's a ship going to be coming by right away that I hope to get, but I won't be able to get it. It's the Nari, which is a bulk carrier, unloader out of Caribbean, I believe. Oh, we got 5 people watching. Nobody's talking. Which I understand. Some people just want to be entertained, and I understand that. Nothing wrong with that. Hopefully somebody will join us and I'll have somebody to talk to. If not, we'll just figure it out from there. I went out this morning after we talked and I mowed the lawn on my zero turn. And when I went out there, I was in just like this. And as the day went on, while I was mowing, it started to get colder and colder and colder. And so now it's gotten cold out there now. It was like 58 or 59, almost 60 degrees when I started. Now it's down to 45. So we got that north wind coming out of here, coming at us. Yep. TJ says he'll be on in a little bit. Yep. So Boone's been a wild child this afternoon. on and off. When I left him in the house and I went out and mowed the lawn, and he was he's calmed down. But then when I came in, he just fired himself right up again. Hey, Dominic,
Yeah, good evening.
how you doing?
Yeah, it's
Just another day, huh?
yeah, it's another day in paradise.
So you're just starting your day at Thursday, and
Yep,
we're
yep,
we're
just
just
starting
getting ready,
Thursday.
just getting ready to end our Wednesday.
Yeah,
If only it was a fact where you could tell me what the lottery numbers were.
yeah, I wish, yeah, I really wish that would be great. Hello, TJ. Hello, Brenda.
Brenda.
Yep.
TJ says hi to Don. Yo,
Yep.
Dom, he says. Yo.
Hello.
That's us young kids thing,
Yeah,
Yo.
those young kids, yeah.
Here comes that ship I was telling you about. That's a pole stream. It's
Hmm.
what they call a salty because it's out from the ocean. It's coming downstream after going up and either picking something up or dropping something off or whatever.
Yeah.
It's the Narie, the Nari.
Oh, okay. Fascinating.
It's called a general cargo ship. Uh, Registered in the Bahamas,
Hmm. Okay.
built in 2018, currently sailing under the flag of the Bahamas, formerly known as the Zangalagazanas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Polestream. Polestream is a company.
Okay.
There's not a camera operator out there right now, so it's just on autopilot.
Yep. Okay. Interesting.
But it is what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Brenda wants to know, TJ, if you got a hold of Jim
Jim.
today.
Mm. Hello, Dusty.
Hey, Dusty. There it comes onto the screen.
Okay.
The Nari is downbound.
Okay.
I don't think it tells me where it's headed. Canada MTR, whatever MTR stands for. Mount. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever MTR stands for. It's headed for someplace in Canada.
Yep. Well, Canada's not that far.
No, it's right over there, Canada.
Yeah. Depends on which part of Canada, though.
Yep, exactly. Well, the Great Lakes goes up to Sault Ste. Marie and that kind of
Yeah.
thing, and then across to over Lake Superior. But then
Yeah.
down here it heads to Detroit. Well, it goes to Lake St. Clair, then Detroit River,
Mm.
Detroit, uh, uh, um, Erie, Lake Erie. Then it
Mm-hmm.
goes up through and up out to the ocean.
Mm. Yep.
Detroit River, Fighting Island for live broadcast session. Bravo. Oh.
East Coast wants to know if TJ can rub his head and pat his tummy at the same time. Simon says, yep.
Yep. Hmm.
So Boone ought to be happy. He had his little wild spell going on and he got fed. So I think he's outside now.
Okay.
So I got the door cracked open.
Yeah. Yep. It's a bit like that. Hmm. So where is everybody?
Don't know where they are. Wednesday, anybody on Wednesday night?
Other than those guys,
Yeah.
Herman and Lawrence. Here's Warren.
Hey Warren, how's it going?
Come and join us.
I don't know where Ed is or Joe or
David, Justin,
yeah,
Glenn.
David. Yep. Well, thank God that you showed up, Dominic, or I'd be sitting here talking to
Yeah.
myself.
Hmm. Sunstar's asking what's your temperature.
44 degrees.
Oh, okay.
Was warmer. It was almost 60, 62 today, and then just went with the
Mm.
north wind.
Mm. Yep. Okay. Yep. 90. Oh, okay. That sounds really good, Brenda.
It's 90.
Well,
Wow.
yeah, unfortunately, we're on the wrong side of that now. We're back into the 60s.
Yeah, you're going the other way.
Yep.
Now, what's the coldest you get in the summer there?
The minimum, our minimum, we've had 28 before, but our maximum is usually high 50s, low 60s.
Okay, and that's Fahrenheit, right?
Yeah, I'm doing in the Fahrenheit for you.
Yeah, well, that's good because you don't want to confuse me too much, Dominic. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it converts to -2 Celsius and 15 Celsius for the other people playing at home. Yeah, I just hope we don't get one of those really bad winters. It's not good, not good, not good.
You ever get snow down there?
Snow, not here where I am. It's about an hour and a half northeast.
Was it a little
Is
bit of
it?
a mountain area up there or something?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Snow on. Well, actually, there's probably snow on Mount Dandenong, which is about an hour drive, and then another half an hour on top of that. You go through the Cathedral Ranges, Narberthong, the Black Spur, all the way up to Lake Mountain and Mount Buller. And that area is pretty much the only snow other than Canberra, our capital, is where the snow happens. But there's not much. Not there'd be a tiny, it'd be a pretty tiny portion of Australia that gets snow. Oh, Tasmania gets snow. I forgot about that.
Tasmania does get snow?
Yeah. Well, it is close to Antarctica. It's close to the South Pole.
Brenda's hoping for more rain, I guess. Is it still pretty dry down there, Brenda?
Yeah. Parts of Australia that are pretty dry as well. But Darwin, which is in the Northern Territory, is coming up to its wet season. So, yeah, wet and dry. Only 2 seasons. Uh,
Oh, it's absolutely too dry
mm.
down there. How's your little angel doing, Brenda?
Calling starting traffic. Sorry.
Mm.
We're down at Black River. There are no additional outbound traffic today. Speed lines checked out at material. Checked down with a wide berth. Checked down. Okay, I have that.
Okay.
Yep, she's crazy. Is it like a real puppy? Yep, I get it,
Yeah.
Brenda. I got the same thing going on here with Boone. He was a wild child this afternoon.
Mm.
Something got into him and he started running around. And in fact, he was jumping from couch to couch and racing through the house. And he jumped onto one couch, which is a 10-foot couch on the back of it, and it tilted back against the wall and then back down on his legs again.
Crikey.
Yep. He was a wild child this afternoon.
Mm.
Brenda, how is Angel in the warmer weather? Does she like warmer weather or colder weather? In other words, like, does she like to lay out in the sun or?
Yep.
Yeah, she's just a puppy, 5 months and on the 14th of the month. 5 months old. Yep.
Yep. The zoomies.
You got three or four more years before she starts to at least mellow out a little bit.
I've got a nearly 10-year-old cat that still does the zoomies.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. Yep. They generally do it just before bedtime for me. They do it late at night, have a bit of a zoomie, and I think that ends all their energy.
Well, it starts getting dark here, like an hour before dark, and she's on the couch ready to snore out for the rest of the night.
Oh, good.
She'll lay on that couch until 6 o'clock in the morning.
Hmm. Yeah, well, they wake me when they're ready. When they need breakfast, that's when it's time to get up.
Well, the problem is I get up in the morning throughout the night. Every 2 or 3
Yeah.
hours, I got to go to the little boy's room, and so when I do the 6 o'clock run, she usually stirs up and then goes to the back door and looks over her shoulder at me like, hey, me too. He wants out,
Hmm. Yep.
Oh, Brenda says he likes to lay. She lays out in the sun. All right.
Hmm. Yep.
Boone
I've got
does sometimes, and then he comes in and drinks a lot of water.
Hmm. Yeah, I've got two of those that do that.
But we don't have the real heat yet. But
Hmm. Yep. Hmm. Hmm. Yep. Oh, here's Joe.
here comes Joe now.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
How you feeling?
I'm pissed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What's
I had no power this morning because of the storm that came through.
Yeah.
So that knocked me out this morning. And then my editor called me and says, "You gonna be home? I'm gonna drop your award off." I said, "Oh, I got an award because I can't find it." He says, "Yeah, you won second place." So I'm the
Oh,
first. I'm the first loser.
yep. Yep. Hey,
And
Johnny.
this
Johnny,
and I can't find the picture that won because they got the listing of it, but I can't find. They're not showing them.
Mm,
I want to see the one that beat me. You know, it's
yeah.
just I really do. I want to see it basically to see what he did different than I did.
Yeah, exactly. You want the feedback.
You know, and what it's let me find it, what it said. Go back and find this again. I'll read what it said. Because they had write-ups on the thing on everyone that won. And it kind of pisses me off the way they wrote it up.
Mm,
The guy that won it was a editor. His picture, not a photographer, one of the editor's pictures won.
mm,
And that's what I don't like. I don't like how they can be in it too, you know,
exactly.
because they win all the stories.
Mm.
I can't find it now. Hold on. It's buried. It's a spreadsheet with about 400 things on it. Now I know it's on here because I've seen it twice.
Johnny says, Joe, you have to pay the bill every month to keep the electric on.
I did pay the bill. They need to start giving me for the 3 times in a month they've cut me off. They need to start paying me.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
How long were you off?
5 o'clock to about 8:35, 8:40. When the internet came back on, I came on. You were gone.
No.
Yeah, I like how you said, "Okay, we're gonna," and he ended it before you finished. You were urgent. You were ready to get out.
That's
Yeah,
because
you had
everybody
to.
left and Joe wasn't there.
No, it's because you said, "Don't tell Joe I'm going to buy peanuts," and that's what you did.
No, I didn't.
Oh, I don't believe it.
Joe, trust me, I didn't.
I don't believe it.
I didn't buy peanuts.
No, okay.
I did go buy some dog food though, because
That's good.
Bo needs more dog food, so I had to get dog food.
Well, you said you bought dog food the other day.
Yeah, but it's not the kind that Boone likes, so I had to get different dog food.
Yeah.
Why would you get the kind he don't like?
Well, it's hard to tell. It's the same manufacturer, but
Yeah.
it's the dog food that's like hamburger stuffed in a can, and it's real heavy. And
Well, you know
he
what?
likes the stuff that's like in a gravy and cut
Well, you know
up.
what
Yeah.
you do? You put the can with the dog food with the gravy, without the gravy, put a little bit of water, mix it around, and leave it. And if you don't eat it, say, "There's your food." Guess what? He'll eat it. Put a
Yeah.
little bit of water in there, he'll eat it.
You just leave it there.
Yeah. So it says, this is what it says for the first place winner. It was tough to pick a winner. The category was loaded.
Mark.
But this image tells both the story and shows peak action, well cropped, tack sharp, and unusual. It sits at the top of the heap for those reasons: excellent anticipation and camera work. Then it gets to mine, and it says the top 8 shots in this category were great and frankly could have gone in almost any order. There are a couple of things that set this image apart and moved it up. Okay, this is mine. So first, it was a critical play in the game, the game-winning kick. Second, it's an excellent football shot from an unusual angle. It's probably the defender number 8, which is actually number 9, that gave you the edge. Well done. So if it's an unusual angle, got all this crap in there, how'd I be the first loser?
Yeah. Hello, Mark.
Hello, Mark.
But they should not showing these pictures. They need to show them.
Joe, see, Dominic.
They say PDF file over here where it's got it listed as a PDF file, but I can't
Yep.
get it. I'm not privy to be able to take it off of it.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna tell my editor when I see him, he's coming around 5 to drop off the second place. I'm gonna tell him, send me that picture. I just want to see it, you know? And the worst part is he told me that I had the 4th place picture too.
Mm.
So the picture with the mouthpiece was the 4th place picture. Now that's a lot of anticipation right there.
I
Get
get
the
you.
mouthpiece flying in the air.
Johnny said,
get you.
Joe, you were first over the third place photographer.
No, first loser.
I'd agree with that, Joe. There is no second prize.
I get you.
It's all about winning.
Get you, get you.
Yeah, it is. So for the last 5 years, I've come in second, third, first. No, wait, go back. Second, third, first, second.
Mm.
I got a lot of second place things. I want first place.
Well, just gotta keep working on it, Joe.
Let's just keep doing what I'm doing.
That's right.
And that's it. It comes down to every time somebody wins, it's usually a slide under a tag or something like that. So it's somebody that likes baseball.
Mm.
But you know what? I got one this year of the guy reaching out, making the tag, and I got the anticipation of it because it's the final out of the game, and he's reaching out and he's trying to avoid him outside the line, and then you got the tag perfect with the guy stretched out. So there's your anticipation and your angle and everything. So let's see what happens with that one next year. And if everybody in the chat, I'm not a bitter loser. I am not. I just want to see the shot that beat me, you know?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. You always need feedback.
It's all collective. You got to do it to grow.
Yeah, definitely.
And I can be honest, 90% of the time, these shots that win are just you're right there at the right time.
Mm.
That one I've got for like I said for this year with that baseball runner, I was about to leave and I said, "Nah, let me stay for one more shot. One more shot. Let me see if I can get one better shot." And it was the last out of the game. So we'll see.
Not yet.
Brenda says we all root for you, Joe.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, look, Brenda. That's
Oh,
your
you
thing.
got it printed.
I just need to find out if you getting what's the size of the one you're getting,
Mm-hmm.
the dimensions of it to make sure that if this dimension isn't going to fit, I can make one a little bit bigger. So DJI has my drone, but they haven't, all they said is they received it. And I know that, I'm in real good hands because it was signed
Yep.
for by Jesus on
Yep.
the dock.
Yep. Jesus took the wheel.
Yeah, Jesus signed for it.
Where did you send it? To Dallas or?
Yeah, Dallas, and the person that signed for it was Jesus. So
So you're in good hands then.
so I'm in good hands. It's better than Allstate.
Hey, Russell.
Yeah, Jesus. All it says is that it's in inspection right now. So yesterday in Times Square, there was a group of kids pickpocketing people, and two police came in and started to grab them. So about 10 kids, all part of the Trend gang, because they're all called the Trend Miners. That's what they call. Started attacking the police, hitting them with all kinds of stuff. There's about 14 people hitting the two cops, and they got one kid in a white T-shirt. They said that he's been arrested about 15 times, and every time he gets arrested, they just let him right back out. You need to catch that kid, break a leg or two, you know. If this is Times Square, they need more police down there and just they need to take it back.
Hello, Paul.
Oh, Brenda, you're on the show.
Hey, Brenda.
No, please don't put me on
Well,
the show.
I want you to ask the question that you had in the chat about tablets. Maybe
I
somebody.
just want somebody to, steer me in the right direction on the 7-inch.
on
Yeah,
the tablet.
That's the key. I don't know I don't know a 7-inch tablet other than like an Apple, but I wouldn't go
I'm a
that high.
technology goofball.
Yeah,
Well, that's the way I am too, Brenda. So
Oh, you do so much more, Paul. I don't. You edit. You do a
no,
great job.
you're just being too kind.
hey, Brenda, don't encourage him.
I tell it like it is.
Well, Joe says don't encourage you.
But this is for a 7-inch
Don't
tablet.
encourage you.
Yeah, me.
And you do a
this-
good job, Paul.
Okay, did you see it? Yeah, have you got your computer on?
Nah, I'm on my phone.
Okay, because he's showing it right now. The thing he printed for you.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay,
Yeah, that's for a 7-inch tablet.
that's for a 7-inch tablet.
So
So
we need to find out if you get a 7-inch or a 9-inch for sure. And then what I could do is figure out the difference in the dimension and add a little bit to it, another one. That way you have one of each.
I'm just clueless on what 7-inch to buy.
Yeah, me too. It's like I said, I got the light A7. It's slow, but it works with the drones because it did with mine. But I don't like the slowness of it. So it might go to the next one like a regular tab. It might be faster. We got to wait for Justin to come in.
Brenda
Justin
does not.
knows
Brenda
these
does
tablets.
not like the Sony, and I don't either. You know, the Apple products.
It's got nothing to do with Sony.
Well, I'd rather go with Samsung. I don't like flying with the phone.
I don't
Well,
either.
I don't blame you. It's like if you had a smart controller, you'd be a happier camper.
Yeah. How
But
much is that, Paul?
well, the thing of it is you'd have to buy a different drone. You'd have to sell what you got and buy
Yeah,
a different
yeah,
drone.
yeah, they don't have a controller, a smart
Hey,
controller for that one.
Autel doesn't have a smart control. They have a smart controller, but it doesn't work with that small a drone.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Well, you never know. Maybe your sweetheart will buy you a new drone.
He just said no. We've been spending so much money on this puppy, you know. You got to draw the line somewhere.
I understand. Oh, Boone's was a wild one this afternoon. It sounds to me like yours is a wild child too. He's only
Wow.
4 months old, right?
Yeah, 4.5. But she is crazy. She's today. Some days are better than others. Let's put it that way. But I love her, and I actually I'm gonna get a DNA test back from her. I signed up for it today, and I want to see what she's mixed with.
You wolf.
I might not want to once I see it, but
Joe says it's probably mixed with a wolf.
the way my arm looks, it could be.
Well, those are the little love taps, you know.
Yeah, those paws are deadly, and we do her nails every week, and yeah. So, but she got me 3 times in the same spot within a week. So, but it's healing. I'm doing good. You know, I just have
That's
to
like-
be careful that she doesn't get it again.
That's like Loki. If I'm gonna cut his nails or get him to the vet, they've got to muzzle him, do everything. And he's Loki Scissorhands.
Loki's like scissor hands.
It's like Edward Scissorhands is Loki Scissorhands. He's got 3 nails on each front paw that comes out, and boy, he catch you with that, he slices you.
What are they? Oh, what the heck are they called? The nails, dew claws.
No, this is the nails. 3 nails that they
The
twist
3
and they
nails
come out.
stick straight out.
Yeah,
And
she's real
and
good about getting her nails done. Bill holds her and does her, and I just have treats and and you know, we've had many dogs that we've always done the shaving, and we've always done the nails and the ears and all that stuff. So
yeah.
yeah, so every week we do it.
In order to cut his nails, I need my daughter over here with the clippers. I've got clippers that have a red and a green light. So you go up to the thing turns red and then bring it back to green a little bit. So you can't cut the quick. And to do it with him, I gotta sit there and feed him treats. And it's I usually feed him like Honey Nut Cheerios, little bitty Cheerios.
Good.
And I may go through 2 cups of Cheerios to get his nails cut. Because as soon as he stops eating, he's going after one of us.
That's cheaper than pepperoni, she says.
Well, all I'm telling you is he fights. I mean, like he'll come up to me and I'll see his nail and say, "Let me see that nail," and I'll touch it and he'll show me every tooth he's got. Like, and then he goes "Arr," and walks off. You know, there's no. I was gonna get one of those things to hang him in and muzzle him,
Lift them off the feet. Yep.
but I have no place to hook it. I'd have to buy something to hook it on. You know,
Well,
I have
can't you do it in a doorway?
No, you got to have something to still hook it on.
Okay.
I'd have to mount something in there.
It's got to be.
I've actually thought about buying a pole and mounting it in the hallway, you know, just across the hallway and hanging them from there.
We use a Dremel.
Get one of those. What's it? Metal dress.
Yeah. I've thought about it. You know, it's
thing.
just,
Yeah.
it's easy to bring him to the vet sometimes. Let's put it that way.
What do they charge you for a nail trim?
$19.
Oh, yeah, that's about the going rate.
Yeah, I've got to bring Cleo this next week. She's
You
got to
use
go in for her annual.
Well, the problem is that I've had some dogs that allow me to use a Dremel, and some dogs, as soon as you start that up, man, they're not happy. They hear that buzzing
Yeah.
noise.
Yeah, the noise is not, but she's fine with it, and we've always used the Dremel. And with our Brittany's, they always had white nails, so you could see where the quick was.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
got a mixture of nails, but I mean, we've been doing this for so long that it's not an issue.
Well, I know I'm going to have to get his nails trimmed here pretty soon because I haven't trimmed his nails since I got him.
You
Yeah,
probably
do you have
don't.
a Dremel?
He's been running around.
Oh yeah, because I got the Dremel out and turned it on, and he ran for the hills.
Walking in the bedroom.
Leave it running
Oh,
on the
man.
table for a while.
But all the
He's-
digging he does, he ought to be taking care of his nails.
He's real sensitive for any kind of noises, especially a screeching noise or whatever. Oh man.
Yeah, Angel doesn't like loud noises.
Yep.
You know, she doesn't like it, but she's fine with the Dremel. Bill sits on the floor and I give her treats and we're done in about 10 minutes.
There you go.
And my
Yeah.
other two will let me use a Dremel and let me use the clippers. You know, but it's like,
Dremel, then you can clean it up with the Dremel, right?
Right, because the clippers they're gonna still be sharp.
Yep.
yeah.
So
Well,
Yeah.
that always made me wonder though, when I take any of my dogs up to like North River Animal Hospital that I deal with, and they clip them, and the girls sit on the floor and clip their nails, and they don't do anything afterwards. There's no drumeling or anything.
Mm.
yeah, that's not right. Because they're sharp. I mean, if he catches you, I'm telling you, my arms right now look like I was in battle.
Yep.
And they're getting better. And but you know, and she's getting better. She's getting some education. She's getting trained. Let's put it that way.
But she's still your little girl.
I love her, even though she's a pain in the butt.
Well, can you imagine not having her?
Well, I went several years without a dog, and we always had Brittany's. We had Brittany's for 32 years, and three of them in 32 years. They all died at 14 and a half years old.
Oh.
And but I needed a dog, and Bill's the one that found her at the shelter, and then we got her.
Well,
But she's gonna be a big girl.
but she loves Bill as much as she loves you, doesn't she?
She loves Bill more than me. All our dogs always love Bill more than me. But I do most of it. I'm home with her all day long. I mean, it's like having a baby.
Yeah.
So thanks, Joe, for doing those classes. I'll do some research. Maybe I'll go to Best Buy and talk to somebody about the best 7-inch.
Just give me the dimensions on whichever one you got, and I'll figure out what the dimensions on, because this says for 7-inch. You know,
Well,
so it'll work with a 7-inch. So I got to look at a 7-inch and see what the dimensions are, because it's going to be. All I'm gonna do is probably on a part up here, is figure the difference between what the 7 inches is, and just add that much more to it. You know.
Yeah, and I can give you the exact dimensions when I get it.
Right.
You know, so but
Because I've got a 7-inch here,
Yeah.
but
Well,
I've got it in the case.
If you go into, would you say Best Buy, or should she go someplace special to get to look at the tablets where somebody's got a brain, you know?
Best Buy.
Best Buy.
It don't really matter where you go because none of them have used a tablet with a drone before.
Best Buy has a service counter in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, but they don't fly drones.
No, but what I was saying is Best Buy has a service counter where you can take electronics in to be serviced, and you should be able to take your tablet in there and ask them what would be the best tablet to fly that. Just show them how it would have to fit and everything.
what about that where Joe gets parts or whatever, the Amarek or whatever it's called? Would that be enough?
Adorama.
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 Maybe. But Adorama is gonna cost you more.
Black market, back market.
But she wants to make sure she gets one that's going to work for her. She doesn't want to have to be saying, "Oh, damn it! I wish I hadn't have bought that." You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
back market do refurbished ones cheaper than buying a new one.
So I know Justin said yesterday with the 9-inch one would work. He said it worked with the app. He said he found out on Autel's site. I couldn't find it on Autel's site.
Yeah, Autel site's kind of.
Clunky.
Yeah.
I mean, you can learn some stuff on there, but I'll get it going. And Joe, I really appreciate you working on those brackets. And
Yeah, no
hopefully
problem. Doesn't take much.
It might be worthwhile putting a search in YouTube for best tablet to use with Autel Nano and see if anybody's done any video on comparing any.
That's a good idea, Mark.
Yeah, that might be.
You know,
Here comes Justin now,
Oh Lord, I gotta go.
and here comes Mudball Don.
Oh, I know I'm going now.
Who's talking on the phone?
It's Brenda.
Brenda.
I came in,
Joe-
all I heard was a female
Joe-
voice, sounded like it was on the phone.
Joe, she's on my phone. Joe is trying to print out that extender for the Autel Nano,
Yeah.
That's it right there.
and
That's for a 7-inch.
and so she but she doesn't have a tablet, and she doesn't want to get
An Apple.
an Apple.
Well, all the new Samsungs I've been looking at are all 8
You muted,
inches or
Don.
bigger.
Yeah, that's
So-
what I'm saying. I need to know what the difference in the dimensions gonna be.
How about now?
Yep,
Yes, we can hear you.
Well,
good, Don.
You look
Back
like you were
market.
saying something.
Yeah, back
Everybody-
market is a good place.
let me see. I'll see if I can.
You guys are all talking with Brenda.
Hold on, let me look, Joe. I'll see what the Samsung.
you want to go out, Angel? Come on.
Justin's trying to look it up for you, Brenda.
Yeah, and I don't want to spend like $400, but I can do 2. You know.
Well, it looks like a Tab 9 is going to be your best bet. But those are all
That's a
freaking
9-inch,
like,
Justin.
they're all 10 and 11 inch, it looks like. Wait, hold on. I might have found one. 8.7. Okay.
Oh,
I
okay.
want to do a mini.
Yeah, they have a mini version. I just found it. It's 124, and you can get it tomorrow if you order it. today.
Where is it at?
Let me see what the dimensions are. It's on Amazon.
Justin,
See,
do you still have my email?
have a look, see if they've got them on back market, Justin.
Yeah.
So they're 10 by 8 inches.
10 by 8.
10 inches long. It's going to be 8 inches wide.
Okay, so 10 by 8. Does it give
So that's
even 10 by 8?
Yeah.
a
it's
square
just-
root of 164.
Yeah, it's just 10 by 8 even. It doesn't have no point or any or
Okay,
decimals.
so
or anything.
now I
They've
gotta find
they've
out.
got them available on eBay for what, overnight delivery?
No, Amazon brand
Amazon.
new. You're looking at 124.
124 on Amazon.
Okay, so do me another favor while you're there. Look at a Tab Light, the 7, and see what the dimensions are.
Hold on, let me copy this real quick. I'm just gonna
Right,
throw
how
this in
can
the,
we get that?
I'm just gonna throw this in the chat real quick just so I don't lose that link. All right, let me see.
But the
here.
magic number's at 8 right there.
Tab light.
Justin, do you
Yeah.
still have my email?
I should, Brenda.
Mm,
I'll have to look and see.
Well, I have
Uh,
yours, so I can reach out and you have mine.
6.
yeah, just email me and then I'll
Oh.
send it. I'll reply to you with the link.
There's the square root.
Okay, the A7 light would be. Let's see here. That one's going to be 10 by 8 as well.
Right,
Really?
10 by 8 is a 12.8-inch screen.
That's the dimensions it's given.
The dimensions are 10 by 8, but the 12 by 8 is
But
from,
see, the 10 by 8 could be how big the bezels are too.
Mm.
You know, because the bezels look bigger on. Yeah, because if you look at the Tab Lite, the bezels are real thick. But if you
Mm.
look at the Tab 9, it looks like the.
So it's basically the same size, but it's just the difference in the screen.
That's what it looks like. Unless they're just. I don't know. Let me look at. Hold on. Let me measure my
Well, a
Tab A7.
12.8
Yeah,
screen
measure that one.
is like the full size of an iPad.
Because it
Mm.
might be, this might work on both.
Hold on. Let me. Because it might determine the size of the bezel is what might be giving it the bigger screen. It might be a smaller bezel.
Yeah, I'm shocked that it's 8 inches wide. It'd be a 7-inch instead of 8-inch. Yeah.
Well, I'm saying like a bezel could be anywhere between a half to an inch on some of the older tablets.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Well, a 7-inch screen is nowhere near 7 inches wide.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Okay,
Yeah, that's what I'm
so-
saying. But because the screen on that, because he said that's 10 by 8 too. So that's a lot of space.
How the fuck are
around the
they getting
sides.
that measurement? Okay, so it looks like the length of the A7 Lite is 8.25 from top to bottom.
Yeah.
Then
And
another
then
3,
from
4, 5,
side to side, it looks like
50.
4 3/4. So I don't know where the fuck they're getting that 10 by 8 from.
Yeah,
I would
that don't
say
make sense.
that a 7-inch tablet is probably 6 inches across.
No, I just gave the measurements.
Hmm?
It's only four
He measured his.
inches and 3/4.
Huh.
And then it's only 8.25 long up and down. So I don't know where they're getting the 10 by 8 from. I don't know how the fuck they're measuring that.
Hmm.
But I mean, if you made it slightly bigger than that by like an inch, it should fit the other one. If you know how to, if you can up the size just a tad.
Yeah, I could up the size. I'm wondering if an inch would be too much though.
Well, then do like a 1/2 inch or 3/4. I
Yeah.
would say just do an even inch and be done with it.
That's what
I'll
she said.
give her a little extra room.
Mm.
Well, it's wide enough that it's not going to go anywhere.
you still with us, Brenda?
Yes. And somebody made a comment that aren't you watching the drone? Why you'd be watching the screen? Because I would like to do some videos because Warren has been getting on my where's your
Hey,
video?
get you.
So I would like to learn how to do that and put some videos out.
Hi, Rod.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
and the problem is that her husband won't let her buy a different drone that has a smart controller, which would have the screen in it. So therefore, she doesn't like fandangling around trying to put her phone on the drone, and I get that because I never.
Yeah, I get it too.
I can
Yeah.
buy a drone anytime I want because I can.
What?
That's not the case, but you know, with the puppy, we've had hundreds of
No.
dollars.
What plug does the Altel drone use on the
Yeah, you just don't
on the
want to.
controllers? A USB-C or USB, or is it micro USB?
Would have thought USB-C.
It's a USB-C, I think, isn't it?
I would have gone, yeah.
Because
'cause
she's
with
going to need to get a.
Samsung to be C to C.
Because
Rod,
the
we'd all
key.
probably enjoy using a triple tech if we could afford
She's gonna
$1,000 for a tablet.
She's gonna
Well,
need a cord for it.
She's going to need a little bit longer of a cord because the cords they give you are usually designed for cell
They're
phones.
15 centimeters. You need
Yeah.
a 30 centimeter one.
But that's what I'm
Brenda-
saying. Does she need micro USB to USB-C, or does she need
No,
USB-C
I
to
think
USB-C?
I think it's USB-C.
Brenda,
Paul knows that drone a lot better than I do.
Brenda, in my
That
estimation,
ain't much, son.
in my in my estimation, if you can afford a different drone that has a smart controller, that's the way you should go.
Yeah, I would love an Air 2S.
They got Air 2, they got Air 2s.
Well, it's all depends on what she's trying to do. Is she trying to fly with the tablet because it's easier to see? Does
Yeah.
she not have the best vision? Because
Yeah,
I mean, a smart controller is no bigger than a cell phone, really.
right.
Really?
So yeah, it's about the same size. Yeah,
It's a little bit bigger, but
Just
not
a little
much,
bit bigger.
But it's all screen, and you're looking at a screen and you got the tabs on the side.
Well, we're gonna fly this weekend. Our daughter's coming down Saturday for Mother's Day.
yeah.
Plus, she
Oh,
can
wow.
use the tablet for other things if she wants to sit on the couch and watch Netflix or something. She can use it for that.
Well, I don't
mean-
think, Brenda, you wouldn't use a tablet for anything other than flying, would you?
Well, you're like the worst
probably
salesman, Paul.
until the puppy chews it up.
Fucking trying to talk her out of everything. Shut up.
You wouldn't use that, would you?
You don't want that.
That would be.
DJ.
You don't want a nice big portable screen to watch your stories on at night.
Well, I have my laptop. I mean,
She's got her laptop too.
Yeah, but you don't have to
Tablet's
balance
so more convenient than a laptop for watching TV.
It is.
what on the
tablets.
tablet?
Yeah, because they're smaller and lighter.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think you would get use out of it besides just flying the drone with it too, though. I mean, it's like a bigger version of your cell phone, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of TV. We mainly watch sports. But I just kind of want it for the drone.
I mean, it makes a great frisbee when you rage when your team loses.
yeah.
Thanks, Justin.
Yeah, I must admit, a lot of the cable over here, like the cable TV I've got, Virgin, I can actually install on my phone.
Mm.
And I can install it on my tablet, and I can watch it anywhere then.
I'm going to be honest with you, Al. Me and Joe both have the Tab A7, and it is crap.
Slow.
It is slow and clunky.
Yeah.
I wouldn't use it. That's why I was telling her to get something a little newer.
Yeah.
The A9's about 2 years.
Yeah, I'd
2
go
or
to the
3 years
A9.
newer. I think it's actually about 3
Justin,
years
if you
newer.
can, shoot me an email.
Yeah,
Alright, let me-
shoot her an email and give her all the different choices.
Well, I mean, that's about her only choice before she starts getting into the really expensive tablets.
Well, have a look how much that is on back market then.
Well, if
Refurbished.
it's that expensive, I might as well buy the new drone.
Well, that's what I'm saying, Brenda.
Yeah,
Let
you
me
just
go
look
to
at anything that you're going to spend on the tablet to fly this thing is a discount on a new drone.
Yeah.
I'd like
Yep.
the 2S.
Air 2S. Yep.
Yeah. Everybody says that's a great drone.
It's
Yeah, but
it's solid.
You're paying $600 to $750 for that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he
Yeah, and it's a generation back, so you can get a little bit of a deal on it. And it's still a
Yep.
great drone.
There we go. I got you, Brenda. I'm going to send it to you now.
Okay, thanks, Justin.
I'm going to mark it as tablet. I'm going
Hey,
Okay.
hey, Donald,
Yeah,
Good.
you know how I believe in you with your expertise.
yeah,
I know you're a very good artist with the things you do.
yeah.
I'm going to show you 3 pictures.
Okay, it sucks.
No, I'm going to show you the first, second, and third pictures in my category.
Okay.
I just want you to tell me your opinion.
okay.
Show them to us out of order.
All right, Paul.
All right.
Well,
All right.
Thanks,
I
everybody.
can't do that because
Tell Brenda
I'll tell you what.
emails on the
No,
way.
You
I
already know
can't. I
where
can't
you're
show you
set.
like that because it's listed right on them.
Oh, okay.
So
Brenda says thanks, everybody.
No worries,
welcome.
Brenda.
Well, she's
Okay.
listening. I sent the
So
email.
third
Okay.
place, let me take a look here.
you take a look at it.
Pretty good.
Oh,
Okay,
that's true too, Al. Yeah, she put it on a tripod.
that's second place.
Very true. Pretty much what
Okay.
Okay, and this
what's
was the
his
first
name
place.
does.
You know, simplicity. The second and third places are really, really. I mean, that's football. it's always going to be busy.
Yeah, I know, but I know I'm looking at this one. It's a great shot. It's a great shot. But when I go back to mine, I'm looking at all the stuff that's happened, all the complex. The guy
Yeah.
being
Right.
held, the guy coming over the top, the guy trying to block, this guy trying to get in,
Yeah,
him
it's
kicking the
a
ball.
lot going on, and
Yes, Al.
You know, and that's what won.
Yeah, that's what
the
Dennis
the
Lovely
only thing about
uses.
first that I don't like is the framing.
Yeah, I don't like the framing. And they said excellent framing.
I concur.
No, your catcher in midair there too far to the edge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's too
that's
far to
what I-
edge. They needed to
That's
be a
what I
little
think.
wider. It would have
Yeah,
been a
you're
lot
right.
better if he caught him directly under him.
So these aren't actual photos you took, then.
No, this is the one
The
that
second
won
one is.
first
One
place.
of them.
Okay,
The middle, the second one
that's
was.
Yeah.
mine.
That's
I came in
it.
second.
And Joe's butt hurt.
No,
Yeah.
I just don't understand. I just want to see the difference. I want
Joe,
somebody that's
I
professional
would
that can tell
say-
me what they think.
I would say probably what set that one apart was the simplicity. If you look at second and third place together, look at them.
Right.
And like I said, it's the danger of the football is that you have so much going on that
Yeah.
your eye doesn't know exactly where to look. And first place doesn't really give you a lot of choice of where to look. You're looking right there. So
Right.
that might be why it took more awards. Go to the third place winner.
Yeah, he said on this one, he said that it was a great angle, a odd angle, the winning goal, the winning field goal, went through all this. He said what put it over the top was this guy coming over the top like this.
Yeah.
Now,
So he
who's
said all the
judging-
good points. He said great shot.
Who's judging these pictures? Actual photographers or just random ass like
Editors and people like basically editors from newspapers in Mississippi. And I don't even see how that third place one got in there. And they said how focused this was. That's out of
he's
focus
great.
right here.
Yeah,
That
he's
looks
grabbing
grainy.
he's grabbing him by the sock there.
Right.
I mean, coming from somebody that doesn't shoot pictures, that just looks kind of grainy.
This right
Well,
here
that-
is out of focus. And they said that it was tack sharp. So somebody, I don't know what they're looking at. You know, and let me tell you, this is the thing that gets me too. Look at the name. Craig Franklin, right? Third place. Me? First place. Craig Franklin.
Hmm.
You and the Franklins have some kind of beef or something?
No, I'm just the same guy won the two of them. Now they said my other one with the guy with the mouthpiece came in fourth.
It's like the
They only
Hatfield
showed
and
top three.
McCoys, Louisiana.
So I had second and fourth. You know, it's like I don't know.
You know, entering award shows over the years, you'd always question why you got ranked one place or another. And I learned it doesn't matter. People will
Oh, no.
judge people bring a lot. It's very subjective in the voting. And so
So I always keep pictures when they happen in a folder for the next year, right?
Yeah.
I'll show you right now what I've got for this year. That's simplistic right there. Hold on to get it on.
No,
Right,
that's your
Paul
Trump
Sherry.
list.
no,
You-
yeah,
okay, I'll wait.
that is simplistic. The Mini 4 Pro, very simplistic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Very artistic. I like how you lined everything up and did the knolling on it to
Yeah,
really
I'd agree
show
with that.
the parts.
Yeah, you like that, right?
I'm surprised they let you shoot that.
I know.
Hey, can you get me a deal?
Had to sneak it in.
That's what Brenda ought to have right there.
Yeah.
Because she's flying a Mini already, Mini 4 Pro, smart controller, the whole works right there.
Yep.
That's not a bad price.
I just noticed something.
Okay.
This is my new iPad that I'm using,
Yeah.
and I just noticed that the camera reframes me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Here you go, Donald.
Just a little bit.
Simplistic.
Yeah, that's very simple.
Simplistic, right?
Let me look. Yeah.
So,
That is very simple. The
Okay.
only complaint I would have on that is the double head coming out of the one player.
yeah, I know. I saw that. But here's the second
Other
shot.
than
Oh, the
that-
double head.
What about that one?
That one is a good
Yep.
shot.
Yeah.
That one
Okay.
is an excellent shot.
Yeah, that one's one of them is definitely be in. And then this is the one I really like.
That one's a good shot too. All
Yeah.
of your main subjects are
Right in the middle.
delineated. There's not a lot of overlap, weird backgrounds
Yep.
going on.
That looks like Paul dodging vegetables. Nope.
Yeah, it is. So,
Yeah.
so that's my 3 for next year so far. But hey, it is what it is.
Joe's gonna run in that guy in the grocery store.
Oh,
Ah,
my day is
You
over.
son of a bitch.
Hey.
I'm gonna run
But
into
what
him. No, he's in
am I
Jenna,
doing
Louisiana.
first
He's
thing
2
in the
hours from me.
morning?
Yeah, okay.
Let's chat.
I'm gonna
Cross
say,
that off
bitch,
the
who'd you
list.
pick?
It'll be like the Anchorman fight on the
Frontier.
No,
movie.
when I run into him, I'm gonna say, bitch, who'd you pick? Now that newspaper, the Jenna Times, is smaller than the St. Tammany Farmer.
And
Jenna,
Truity.
Louisiana. That's right by where I go get my
Now,
my boudin.
Hi, David.
hello, David.
Hello.
I'll give
Just
you
quick
a-
Big
call.
man of Alcatraz.
Oh, read the chat there.
I heard
No,
Justin
sorry.
call me.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you, Tom to Fly.
Yeah, I heard him shout, "Son of a bitch." What do you want, Justin?
Oh, this morning Corey put a fun fact in. We were talking about Alcatraz.
Yeah.
Apparently, there was a famous
Yeah, ignore me,
prisoner
Justin.
there. No,
Yeah.
I was talking to you. We were talking about Alcatraz this morning.
Yeah,
and
the
Corey-
Birdman of Alcatraz.
Yeah, there's an actual famous inmate that was in there that was called
Yeah.
Birdman.
Yeah,
no.
Birdman. Duh.
It was a
Yeah,
film.
they got a
Birdman
movie.
of Alcatraz, yeah.
Movie about
They
it.
made
You
a
know what
film
else I
about it.
learned? You know what else I learned today? The lady, the author of Gone with the Wind, was actually related to Doc Holliday.
Yeah,
The
Margaret
marriage.
Mitchell, I believe.
You know how she went with the wind? She had a nice vindaloo, let one go, and flew. That how that works?
Well, talking about prisons, did you watch the film called Papillon?
Yep.
Never heard of it.
Yep.
Similar
The
to
movie,
Bird, except he collected
It's
butterflies.
the movie Alcatraz
it's
is really good.
terrifying.
Hmm.
That was one of my favorite Clint Eastwood movies, those Alcatraz.
Well, Papillon is French for butterfly, so that's why
Yep.
it was called.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry about reopening Alcatraz. Save the money.
They're not doing it.
We're not reopening Alcatraz.
Honestly, I would, even if it was a serious thing, I wouldn't waste some money on it because it's too historical in my opinion.
Well,
And
Well,
it's making
there's no
70
point
million a
there's
year.
no point wasting money. We're going into World War III, so
okay.
you're going to need the missiles.
This is a typical thing, a typical Trumpism. He says that, but the reason he says it is because Alcatraz is so iconic. Everybody, Alcatraz prison, hard prison. And so it's more of a advertising image.
He's,
Or
he's,
We're going to
he's-
open up enough more prisons for these people if we have to keep them.
Yeah, what he's doing is he's sending a message to all the criminals. This is what your future is going to look like.
Hey,
Yep.
that I'm gonna say that view from Alcatraz is pretty damn good.
Mm.
I don't think they have picture windows in the cells, but yeah.
Yeah, weren't they going to open it up as a kind of a novelty hotel where you could pay to spend a night in one of the cells?
I never
Now
heard.
I would. Now it makes they said around 200,000 a day, 70 million a year. I think maybe some of that money should go to restoring the buildings back to what they would have looked like back then.
I think some of the money should go to the pot, towards the pot that they're smoking.
I mean, they have like, what was it, 2,000 or 3,000 people a day go through there on average. And that alone makes 200 grand a day. Or was it a week? It was either a week or a day, something like that.
Having this camera follow me around is kind of fun.
That would cost $100 to visit it.
It was $50 a ticket.
Yeah.
Per person.
It even zooms in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Move towards it and watch it zoom in.
You know what it's doing, don't you? Too close, back off, back off, back off.
Yeah, I watched a guy do a tour of it today.
Well, we went to watch a weird film tonight called A New Kind of Wilderness. And we didn't realize that half of it was going to be in Norwegian.
Why do you think they gave you free tickets?
Yeah, with English. She's won one for going to watch a film called The Marching Band on Monday as well. And that's in French. Well, they're more like documentary films than entertainment ones.
Joe, have you ever heard of the 3D filament J-O?
No. Is it good?
Don't know. It's just that funds are low and I need a purple filament.
I
It's
couldn't
not
tell
the
you.
lowest.
What are you gonna dress up your costume or what?
Now, what, 3D prints? Now, I've got to print some things out. Well, it needs to be purple and luminous green, I think I'm going for. So they glow in the dark. You did not call me now. No. Louis had his pilot's light up revoked.
I must admit, though, the seats are comfortable. You could actually go to sleep on them. Thick plush leather seats with electric footrests and reclining.
Sounds great.
What, in the movie theater?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the one that me and Sarah go to at there's two of them we go to in Orlando. One's at Disney Springs and one's at Orlando, the Universal.
UJ.
And they both have like those big ass recliner seats.
Yeah, they're building
so comfortable.
With a little
They're
table
building one
on
of
the
those
armrest.
movie theaters around here.
Oh yeah, it's got really wide armrests, like almost like probably 8 or 9 inches wide, like, and then it's got a cup holder and a little tray thing.
Oh my God, Cat.
Yeah, sounds very.
Let me guess. No, you got food. What are you messing with me for?
And there's so much room between each aisle too, like you can't even see the person below you.
Well, it has to be because of the foot.
She wanted me to go down and watch her eat just in case. I think just in case her food dish was empty, I'd be there and could fix it. She didn't want to make the trip and waste it, so I had to follow her down there.
Well, I'm sorry, Marcus.
Stupid cat.
So separated that being in the seat, you can't even see the person below you.
Yeah. I don't know. We sit on the front row so that I can see the screen.
Yeah, it's a long way from those old wooden fold down seats with the inch wide fucking armrests.
Oh yeah.
Remember those?
Whoa. Wooden? When the
Yeah,
bloody hell
they're
do you have wooden seats?
old, dude. There's still a few really old theaters in the U.S. and some small towns that still have wooden seats. They didn't even have pads; they were just wood. Like the one in North Carolina that was in the little small town we lived in. They still had a little 2-screen theater, and it was all original. And it
Oh,
was from like the 30s or some shit. It was old as hell.
Well, okay. When when we start packing up the UNICEF parcels for you, I'll get some decent seats sent over.
And then when I was growing up in California, the one we had, you probably had like maybe 3-inch wide armrests and a little cup holder at the end of one of them. And they were like thin padded seats that folded down.
Yeah.
They'd spring back up the minute you set up.
But I'll tell you what, screw buying the food and drink at the theatre. We took ours with us.
Oh, those little boxes of candy you buy? You can go to Walmart and they got a huge bin and they're $1 a box.
Yeah.
You can go there and load the fuck up on those and then take them and put them in your purse and walk in. Like if you're with a girl, you just throw them in her purse and walk in with them.
Oh, we took a separate bag.
Sarah always takes one of her really big purses with us and then load it up in the bottom of her purse. Because sometimes some movie theaters will check for food.
yeah, they get the shits.
Depends.
Oh, these don't.
But
Hey, I'll tell you what, it's got 5 floors. It's got about 30 different screens. And if you want to go up in the lift, you have to have a code to press in before you can press the floor you're going to.
Mm.
Why don't you just take an elevator, not a lift?
Well, they had escalators as well, but the lift was better.
yeah, but movie theaters operate on such a margin.
I'll
on
tell you
ticket
why we
sales
don't have
that
elevators.
if you can purchase something from
Joe.
snack bar.
Yeah, I'll tell you why we
Not
don't
when
have
it costs-
elevators, Joe.
Not when it costs
Elevators.
£8.5 for a bucket of popcorn and
Yeah.
nearly a tenner for a hot dog.
Well, they're having to make it. They don't make any money off of their ticket sales.
Oh, I think they do.
That all goes to the distributor. And so, if you want to keep movie theaters alive, even if you don't have to purchase something small from the snack bar, purchase something small from the snack bar.
I'm guessing there wasn't more than about 15 people in this theatre, in this cinema with us, even though it's
and they have to pay rent, insurance, lights, heat, cooling. They have all that overhead to pay for, and they have to do it mainly off snack bar money.
Mm.
So, because most of the ticket cost goes directly to the distributor.
Well,
most of the ticket profits, you mean?
I don't know how much
Yeah.
Virgin paid for the tickets because we got them free.
And that's the same with drive-ins are as bad or worse. Because they're usually charging a discounted price on their tickets. So I'm a big fan of if you can, if you're planning a night out, just plan for a little bit extra to get something from the snack bar.
Well, we did last time. That's why we took our own this time.
Well, some theaters don't let you take food in. Food or drinks.
They don't even look.
A lot of theaters don't want you taking outside food, and that's why.
Hell. No, I was watching that thing on the Snow White, and they were talking about the different countries, and I guess in the UK, the movies have to make a certain amount, otherwise they have to pay some kind of tax or something on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I guess the Snow White movie didn't meet that minimum, and they ended up having to pay a bunch of extra money. Let's see what they're. sales.
Okay, kids, I'm going to go. I've got a meeting to get to.
This looks like movie theaters typically
Later, Donald.
receive, they said, about 40% of
Thank you
ticket
for your
total price.
expertise.
And then
I
the
don't have any
percentage,
expertise.
Yeah, give our regards to the lodge.
Okay, to everyone at the lodge, because I don't know if or just should I just mention it to the building itself?
Oh
The
yeah.
building.
Okay.
okay, so it looks like at the very beginning of a movie, like the first week or so it's out, the movie theaters will get 40% of the total ticket prices, or the percentage of the tickets sold. And then as it goes on and the movie starts losing steam, then the movie theater will get up to 60%. So it looks like they kind of get them right at the beginning there. Because they were saying that a movie only has about 2 weeks to really make its full, like to really get what it's fully made, and then anything after that it just drops the fuck off. Because it looked like the Snow White movie in total worldwide made 200 million, which was still 70 million shy of what they spent to actually shoot the movie. That's a big
They want to be
loss.
stupid.
It is.
I mean, they didn't even break even. Like, it's bad enough when you break even on a movie, let alone you're 70 million short.
I blame Art.
I would blame Art too.
He restreams everything.
Okay.
Oh, I missed Al's comments in the chat because the chat froze up. So no way it will cost. Oh, he was talking about Alcatraz.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were estimating it'd be about 2 billion to like tear it all down and rebuild a brand new prison. But I think the main problem that prison had, the reason it shut down, is because everything was fucking getting eroded from all the salt around. Because I mean, it's pretty much an island out in the inlet of the ocean.
Well, that's it. I mean, you've got all the additional cost of getting all the machinery and the materials to the island in the first place.
Yep.
Right, and then you're going to want to use materials that are very weather resistant to that type
Yep.
of environment. You know, and I was the guy I was watching. They were doing the tour, and they were saying that the warden had a 22-bedroom mansion on the island. I was like,
Wow.
what the fuck did the warden have a house that big for? Like, seriously, that's a little ridiculous. Sounds like he could have like gave up about 20 rooms for 20 more sales.
Yep.
Apparently, it's burnt down now because they said some college students back in the day went on the island and they burnt down 3 of the buildings that were on there.
Wow.
So there was 3 big buildings that were all fucked up. They're pretty much just a brick shell now. There's a guy that was doing the tour. He was doing a live stream, and his one of his camera people was having to walk around with the Starlink dish in their hand. It's like he gets service out there because I guess there's no cell service or internet service out there. Well, I mean, it's like still salt water though, right, Al? Is what I'm saying. Yeah, it's the bay. Yeah, it's a bay.
Hmm.
That's what I'm saying. I think the original reason why they shut it down was because everything was eroding really bad on it, and they didn't have the money at the time to fix it, or didn't want to spend the money. And there's only one guard tower left on the island. One of the original guard towers. There's only one left. And I didn't know too. I guess it's got the highest concentration of great whites in that bay too.
Mm.
Be right back.
Okay.
Oh man.
Tons of sharks. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It was like a mile and a half or something to the shore from the nearest shoreline. It was like a mile and a half. I said there's so many sharks in that water. I was like, yeah, I'm not. Because the guy that when they did the movie after Frank Morris, him and the two brothers that escaped, and they never found their bodies. Yeah, I've only been to San Francisco a couple of times when I was younger. We never went out to Alcatraz or anything, so I never got to see it. I went across the bridge twice. I think we went there 2 times, 2 or 3 times, 2 that I can remember. Went with my grandma once. Yeah, I think it was only 2 times. I went with my grandma and then I went with my dad one time.
But I don't like them. And I don't like rats. And I don't like you.
Water is cold as hell. Yeah. So they say, and then they say the currents through there are insane.
Mm.
Really choppy water too.
Jamie, I want to rush you. I beg your pardon. Definitely a plan. The console has been transported to generic and we're on point after. Big dog. Well done. Let me engine.
It's starting to cool off there yet, Dominic?
Yep,
Starting to get hot as fuck down here.
it is cooling off.
And not any fucking rain at all. Yeah, a little bit of rain the other day. I went by one lake yesterday and oh my God, it was so low. Like almost the entire dock is out of the water. And it was usually filled up right underneath it. I mean, just a few inches below it. And it's a long dock too. It's like probably 50, 60 feet long. Goes out in the water. Yeah, Al. That's what I always remembered about San Francisco and Oakland. Like San Francisco was always like the really posh side of the bridge, and Oakland was always kind of I mean, Oakland had some nice places, but it was kind of a shithole compared to San Francisco. At least from what I remember. I was a teenager back then. Oh no, we did go 3 times because we went through there when we went up to went through there when we went up to Oregon. Back when my stepdad's best friend killed himself. We went up there for the funeral. I remember that. Oakland hasn't changed. It's still the same. Now the shit's just spewed over the bridge. I don't drive on 880. Always cars getting shot at. The freeway that passes Oakland.
Yeah.
Not familiar with that freeway. I mean, I'm sure I was on it at some point back when I went up there, but I'm not like super familiar with that area. I didn't spend a lot of time in Northern California.
Mm.
The farthest we used to go most of the time, the farthest family we had in California was up in Fresno. Which I can't remember where is Fresno. Let me see. I don't think it's as far north as San Francisco. Nah, yeah, that's right. It's kind of more in the middle. A little farther south. Yeah, we had some family that lived up there. And then I spent a lot of time in Ventura. I spent a lot of summers in Ventura. Ventura was nice, man. The fucking weather there was so beautiful. You'd leave the desert, it'd be like 110, and you get to Fresno, it was like 70 degrees. Like a 4-hour drive from where I lived. Like 4 or 5 hours, something like that. About an hour and a half south of you. I don't know, man, but Ventura and Oxnard are just like right in the perfect area for weather.
Mm.
Seems like it's just like 70 there all the time. That was where my uncle owned the 3 bakeries he had. He had a little chain of bakeries there for years. I used to go up there in the summertime, help out at the bakeries and make some extra money. It's like a fucking sweatshop in there because they had 7 kids. And that's all pretty much who ran the bakeries was 7 kids. Like to this day, none of my cousins, those 7 cousins of mine, none of them will eat donuts. They won't eat cake. They don't like any of that stuff because they were just around it so much.
Mm.
Oh, I had to get Boone in the house. David, what have you been up to?
Not much.
Dominic's already into tomorrow.
Yep.
What time is it over there, Dominic?
25 to 9.
25 to 9 in the morning.
Yep.
I wish it was Thursday.
Joe, the only thing I wish, Joe, is that time doesn't alter the fact that he could tell us what the
Yeah.
winning lottery numbers are, you know?
Yeah, that'd be great.
I can tell you what the winning lottery numbers are.
What's that?
You ready?
Yeah.
Everybody on the panel, get ready because these are the winning lottery numbers for tomorrow night. Not mine, not yours.
Yeah, whatever ones you don't pick.
That's how it works. I'm almost certain that they use a supercomputer to work out what numbers won't win a fucking prize.
Mm.
Well, we know with all the computer geeks out there, I'm sure they're working all the numbers all the time anyway.
Yeah. Well, when Scamalot, the Canadian company, had our lottery, they just kept rigging it, and the prizes were going up and down everywhere. People just got fed up with increasing the prices. This new company came in that was supposed to make it cheaper. They haven't, but since they come in, the number of winners has dropped drastically.
No.
Where we used to get like, a couple of 100,000 winners, now we're lucky we get into the hundreds of thousands.
That because they changed how many numbers you had to get to win.
No. Even on the Scamalot, when they changed it, there was still quite a lot of winners. You used to get like 60,000 free lucky dip tickets. Now you're lucky if you're getting 10,000, 20,000. They just killed it.
They probably increased the odds. That's why.
I've not increased the odds because the numbers haven't changed. What they've done is they've rigged it.
They did. They changed it from 0 to 50 to 0.
That was ages ago. I'm talking about this year when the new company's taken over.
Well, there was that one guy that figured out the lottery, and they made a movie about it about 2 years ago.
Mm.
Hold on. And the guy figured it out just by simple mathematics in his head. Jerry and Marge Go Large was the name of the movie.
Okay.
And he figured it out, and then the lottery figured out that he knew how to do it, but he wasn't technically doing anything illegal.
Yeah.
He just figured out the numbers, and they didn't want to. So instead of trying to sue him or do anything to save face, they were just letting him do it until they changed the game. And he ended up winning enough money to where he rebuilt his entire little tiny town that they lived in. He rebuilt the whole fucking town, that everybody was riding around in fucking Ferraris and shit. Like, I'm not even joking. The whole town was rich because he was letting everybody in on it that he was friends with in town. Like, all these people, everybody in his town all knew each other. It was like a town of just a few hundred people, and they all were sharing the winnings. One day, one would collect the winnings. The next day, and somebody else would collect, or 1 week, and then they just kept passing it on. There, all these people were winning millions. And he was some kind of math genius, and he just figured it out in his head one night. He was looking at it and figured out the odds and was able to calculate it.
Right. Let's go back to that question Joe asked earlier.
And what was that?
Well, when Mark said he had to go up in the lift, you said, why don't you go up in the elevator?
Right.
Yeah. Well, an elevator don't technically exist. Yeah. And to elevate, you're just going up. So they're like a little scissor type thing. They're elevators. A lift goes from floor upwards because it lifts you up.
Okay.
That's why we don't use
But
elevators.
the lift doesn't bring you down either.
It does. It lifts you down.
I thought it was just another term for elevator.
Yeah.
No, it's just you guys. You just have to make.
Yeah, we got it right.
We can call it a cup of tea. You guys will call it a freaking, I don't know, a chocolate latte. Just to be awkward. We know. And in other news, Rio and Bluey have had the pilot license revoked because Rio crashed into a door and dazed himself a little bit, and then Bluey decided to do exactly the same but 10 times harder.
Following each other or what?
No, it was like 20 minutes later, but he hit the door that hard. Yeah, it took me nearly 2 hours to bring him round.
Oh, shit.
He was just literally sat in a daze in my hands. So I've got to watch him now just in case.
There's the name of the uh title of the movie if anybody wants to check it out. It's a good movie. He ends up getting into it with some college student that's like another math genius, but he outsmarts him. Because his kid like gets together with all these like kids at MIT, and it's all based on a true story. And they start their own lottery club, and they're like trying to beat him at it, but he ends up outsmarting the young kid. It was like Harvard or MIT, one of the top universities.
Yeah. Do you want to know what catches a lot of people out when they get onto a good thing?
What?
Greed.
Mm.
It's like those
Well-
guys that learned how to rig the cards and stuff in casinos. Yeah, they
Oh, you're
would
talking
have
about
they would have kept
counting
on getting
cards?
away with it. Yeah, if they hadn't got greedy.
Well, and that's the thing, though. I would say that I'm 100% agreeing with you. The weird thing about this guy was like he didn't try to hide it, and he shared the wealth with his local people that lived in his town with him. But he didn't really try to hide it neither. He straight told the lottery when they caught him, "Yeah, and I'm not doing anything illegal," and they continued to let him do it. And then they ended up rechanging the game and adding extra numbers, and it threw the odds like way astronomically out of like a possibility of being able to figure it out. I would say I wouldn't really label that particular person as greedy. One, because he wasn't trying to hide it, and two, he wasn't like keeping it all for
Yeah, he
himself.
weren't making a profit, but still, he
But he got away
Yeah.
with it because it wasn't technically illegal what he was doing. So
yeah, no, but he wouldn't have got caught if it hadn't been claiming every bloody week, probably.
because technically, in most places where there's casinos, it's not illegal to count cards. It's just the casinos themselves frown upon it. Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't even think it's illegal in Vegas. I think it's actually illegal, but
It's like in
because
Big
it's-
Bang Theory when Sheldon goes to the casino, and the guy goes to him, "Can I help you?" And he goes, "Yeah, I've just been checking his table. I think the next one will be black on number 17." And the guy goes, "Yeah." The guy goes, "Pelican." What do you mean pelican? And he gets carried out, and then the table goes 17 black.
But I mean, how do you really make something illegal of something that people can do in their own heads? You know, it's not like they're doing something physically to
Well,
cheat.
that's
They literally
I
can
went
just
on
do the
about
math in
ones.
their head.
Yeah, but I went on about the ones counting
Dominic.
cards. There was the one that learned how to rig the game, didn't they? They were using computers
Oh,
or something, little devices underneath the table or something.
Oh yeah, that I can consider being shady. But when you can do the mathematics in your own head without the assistance of anything, you're naturally just able to do it. I don't see how you can really demonize somebody for that.
I don't know.
I
I think
mean-
Paul gets demonized for forgetting his passwords, and he does that in his head. Don't worry, Paul.
point.
I'll stick up for you.
Yeah.
I don't know about Vegas, but I think it's not technically illegal there to count cards. I think it's just the casinos don't like it. And then they'll put you on that they actually have a black book they put people in. And
Yeah.
it bars you from all casinos in Vegas. Bunch of mobsters are in that book.
Now, like I said, the only way you can get caught if you know how to count the cards is if you get greedy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You have to let yourself lose a few times and win big, lose a few mediums, and then win big again.
The
So it
problem
looks like
is
it's just luck.
the problem with the newer casinos though is you'd be surprised how advanced their security systems are. Like they're actually incorporating like different AIs and facial recognition now that will actually look at facial patterns and it will look to see if you're being deceitful or not. And apparently their systems are really good. And it can determine whether you're actually a legit winner or you're cheating.
Well, I wouldn't say you're cheating if you're counting cards in your head.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. I don't know how you can demonize somebody for that, because you're not using an aid of a computer or a device in order to cheat like that, right?
But I think if you're in the casino business, you have to accept that somebody may outsmart you one day. You know, and this is what annoys me about over here. The laws are more geared towards the casinos and the bookmakers than they are towards the winners.
Well, and then it's like video games. Let's take those for example, right? Like, yeah, you use a mod menu, that's outright cheating. And I've used mod menus before. That's technically cheating. But when you find an exploit in the game because they failed to cover that particular hole up and you found it because you know what to look for, but yet then they'll still ban you for exploiting that, even though it's on their end as the issue. It's nothing you did to the game. But there's like Fortnite. There's some exploits in Fortnite that if they catch you using them, you can get banned.
Yes,
Are we letting TJ in? I don't think we should. Oh, too late.
But there's video games that do that.
TJ,
you like my green
Peace out, TJ. Peace out.
Yeah, great green screen.
Yep. Is Brenda still hanging out here? Or did she leave?
I think she hasn't been in the chat since she hung out with Paul, so I think she's gone.
No, she was on the chat.
She wasn't in the chat, TJ. She was on my phone.
And the chat's disconnecting and reconnecting.
Oh, I thought she was on the panel for a moment.
Yeah, my chat keeps
I had the
up
phone on speaker over here.
Oh.
Right. Is anyone else having issues with the chat? Keep disconnecting and reconnecting.
That happened to me yesterday.
Mine froze up earlier, and I missed all of Al's last fight. 3 or 4 comments until I refreshed it.
Chat. What have you done?
What is something?
YouTube's chat acts up sometimes.
DJ's doing it. Rabbit, 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 rabbit.
No. That's funny.
I mean, I'm amazed by how well these big entities on the internet run so well with the amount of shit they have running through their servers and stuff like Facebook and YouTube. I mean, they don't generally have too many issues on the technical side of their stuff, but when it happens, it happens. But I mean, it's if you're behind the scenes, it's got to be super complex. All the shit that they're running and moving and doing. All right, I'm jumping off. I'll catch y'all later.
All right, Justin. See ya.
Going to bed.
Oh, that's right. You get up at what time?
3:40 in the morning.
3:40.
Yeah.
3:50. No, I get up at 3:50.
That's verified here. Tell you.
Good night, Justin.
I'll catch y'all later.
Good night.
All right, Justin.
DJ, you got too much to say.
Yeah, I know. I just posted a video and D-Man and Dusty commented. D-Man was like, "I've heard of a green screen, but never a black screen." He's like, "Cause I use CapCut," and he was like, "I use the free version of CapCut myself, and it's great."
There are many different screens. A black screen is when your TV's turned off.
Well, no, okay, so
a green screen is for videos, and a blue screen means your computer's fucked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Kurt Cobain and Nirvana.
So hold on a second. I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I like that.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good that TJ.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Hey, TJ, don't encourage Paul.
What's that?
All right, so here's the video I just posted. Oh, whoops, hold on. Whoops, I forgot to do something. All right.
What have we got to do? Share sound?
Yeah, that's the
Then you
thing I always.
stop sharing.
Oh yeah, okay.
Now reshare and click share sound.
Oh, sure sound. Okay, there it goes. All right, so here's the video I just posted.
Lord help me.
PJ,
David.
gonna mute the music?
Why do you have to mute the music?
Because it's copyrighted.
Copyrighted music.
So just mute the sound and play the video. If anybody wants to watch it, they can go on your channel and watch it.
All right, and I'll just
At least that way they get the sound. No, you can still share. Just don't.
Well, just put the link to your video in the chat and let
I
anybody.
I don't know how to do all that.
You press the mute button on Zoom on YouTube. You know the. See there, that little speaker. There you go. I'll do.
How can you tell it? How do you know when it? Does it say something at the bottom or whatever? Where
It says TJ pack it. No, it says TJ pack it in. Oh, by the way, TJ, it's helpful if we can see it if you don't scroll the page. No, TJ.
Boom, bam. Hit the woman.
Yeah, any music you play.
Because I get all my music from CapCut, so I don't know how that's like.
Because you have the license through CapCut, Paul does not. Who were you chasing?
He was chasing that old woman that came out of the doors right there.
No, I was just chasing a fella.
No,
He was trying to get his car.
I forgot who that was that came out.
We got flying around too many people.
That's what I was thinking. There seems to be a lot of people around.
These are all the guys from the meetup. So I just kind of took off, and then right about here, it's just a black screen, and the music's still playing.
Now,
So that's
who's
why
the girl sitting in the back?
The girl sitting in the back. Oh, that's Matt's wife.
That's Matt White?
Yeah.
It didn't look like her.
Yeah.
I've seen her before. That didn't look like
Is that where your video ends, the TJ or something?
No, it goes on for another 15 minutes of black.
Yeah.
But it might just be audio and no video.
Yeah, I think you've misedited it. If that's where your video should have ended.
I don't think TJ does much editing, you know?
Yeah. TJ, was that where your video should have
Hey,
ended?
JD. I don't think he is.
All the music I get is from CapCut, and it's free.
Yeah, but
so I don't
TJ,
know.
TJ, was that where your video should have ended?
Is that where what?
Your video should have ended
there. You should have just chopped the ass end off.
Right. Yeah, that's because you've not cut the music. In CapCut, you also CapCut the music, because otherwise it will just continue the video until the song ends.
Hey, TJ, what you need to do is to get with David and go to the editing school of England, and he'll teach you everything you need to know about video editing.
No. He needs to go to an expert, Mr. Movie Maker. It's basic. You can do it in Movie Maker, Paul.
I don't have the patience.
Yeah, but don't worry, TJ's not a patient.
Buy Adobe Premiere.
He
and
might
I'll
be by
teach
the
you
end of it. But literally, TJ, that's all it is. You didn't cut the music in CapCut. So it
Yeah,
just
I could
continued the video to complete the song.
Yeah, I can probably go back and shorten the music a little bit.
You just got to be careful when you're playing anything with music.
On other people's channels, because you have the license, because you're making the video and CapCut have licensed it to you. Yeah.
Unless it's Epidemic Sound.
Yeah. Or if you've paid Suno, like I've done, all the music in my videos now that are done through Suno, yeah. If you guys play in your streams, as long as you let me know if you get any copyright issues, you just come to me and I just go, yeah, it's free. They can play it.
Yeah, JD.
Because I own the copyrights.
Is that how you do that, David?
Yeah, I guess. Well, I guess
Yeah.
it was like JD was saying that you're not monetized, so I guess it doesn't matter if with the music or whatever.
Yes, it
Wait,
does.
Ma-
They can put a complaint against it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul's been on the receiving end of a few.
I've never been monetized, and I've gotten booted several times.
Yeah. You got to remember, me and Paul got booted on the same night for the same reason. Paul played rugby in the background on my stream, and I got booted. And I played the hacker on Paul's. I got booted. It's like, what the fuck?
Booker.
Yeah, you got to be really careful because YouTube is kind of up in the air about
music
monetizing.
and
Whether
videos.
you're monetized or not, somebody else is, and you still can't do it because the owner isn't giving you direct
Consent.
authorization.
Yes, that's why I said. So if any as long as my videos say Suno in them, and you like the songs, you can clip
Attribution.
them. You can clip them. Just make sure you put Suno and my username, and you're free to use them. That's only the people on this on Paul's thing. I actually got booted for Paul's sound, not for the video, because we couldn't actually see the video. We could just hear the commentary. It was like seriously taking the fucking piss. That was over a year ago, wasn't it? Because it was when
Yep, a long time ago.
Yeah, it was when Six Nations were on.
Yep.
TJ, the world has become more complicated. You got to watch every step.
Yeah.
Because every step is a possibility of standing on a snail or an ant.
Yeah.
A snail or an ant.
And there's a whole bunch of assholes out there just looking for a reason to give you shit.
Yeah, that's it.
I see a few people have been hit with these fake copyright claimers that claim copyright to videos and get YouTube to take them down. You have to fight like shit to get it back. Always someone to looking at making a free buck.
Yep. Okay. 9 o'clock.
Oh yes.
What's your itinerary today?
Midnight. Midnight for you, David.
Yeah. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong.
So you're exactly 12 hours different than David?
9.
He's 9 hours ahead of us. But don't worry, we're catching up.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for dinner. Like I thought about pizza. Like I wanted to go get pizza from this one pizza place.
Pizza.
But, yeah, pizza. But it's
Not Friday.
It's always Friday at TJ's house.
That's right.
Pizza Wednesday, pizza Thursday, and pizza Friday.
Yep, it is. Okay.
Oh, got another company donation today.
Oh, great.
EE. But it's not it's not a monetary donation. They are donating the all the internet we need
Oh,
while we're out
great.
there. So I could stream to my heart's content on the day, free of charge.
Great. Awesome work.
A round of applause. Record. I got all games, the Parker image, stay in your lane, Lincoln, LinkedIn, Faster, and Serious.
TJ, you watching the TV?
No,
What do you watching?
she's watching some dumb game show, I guess. I don't know.
Wait, it's not a dumb game show. When you say she, you say my missus. My
The
missus is watching the TV. That's all you need to say. You don't have to insult a game show, and you don't have to say shit. Because that's how you get a frying pan to the back of the head.
Yeah, like
Boom. I'm talking about wax to the head. You know the door that Bluey and Rio went into?
Yeah.
Well, Laura just slammed it on her own head.
Mm-hmm.
She forgot it was open and smacked her head on it, and then shut it and smacked the side of her head again. It's like, for God's sake. That door's out to kill everybody. As Sun started, did GoFundMe and Just Giving not actually work? If not, like I said, the PayPal donation thing goes live on the 1st of October. Or if you want to donate now and you can't pay through them, I can give you my PayPal details, pay it as friends and family, and then I'll just pay it on your behalf. But Just Giving definitely works because Edward donated last night.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the US, isn't he?
Canada.
Canada.
Oh no.
Which
Edward
one?
Edward Hasek.
Yeah. He's in the US.
Yeah, that works. So
The other head is.
it is. I really don't get what GoFundMe's doing, to be honest.
Yeah, I know.
They actually work with PayPal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're actually linked with PayPal, and yet they're having so many issues. GoFundMe seems to be doing all right though. Not GoFundMe, Just Giving. That's how Edward donated last night through Just Giving. And he challenged everybody, including you, TJ.
The what now? I'm sorry.
Edward has challenged everybody to donate.
I've done it.
Yes, Dominic has done it.
There is also known as Oz, Austria, Azerbaijan, or Australia. Australia, is he right?
Do you have a thing on your
You're Just Giving, or you can try GoFundMe, but it might fail because there's a problem with YouTube. Not YouTube, PayPal, and then you're coming through to the UK from the US. But Just Giving definitely works. If you go on my website, which I'll put in the chat again.
Stand up comedian said a single mother, Nikki, on TV with Parker
Tiffany Harris, Lila Fort Monique. Honey.
Expecting that
There
eyebrow
goes a
now.
Google car.
Yay.
Fucking hurts.
It will do. It's massive.
Mapping
Expecting a
Federal
door
Way.
along here
Yeah.
and on my eye.
If you done what I told you to.
Yes, just taking it off. It's dried out since.
Mm.
No.
But it's hurting.
But that's the link, and for those in the US, this is how that's how Edward donated last night on that one, and it came through PayPal.
Oh, had his wing over
Hey, TJ.
Billy.
This little thing I made, right?
Anybody want
yeah.
a poorly
So
head?
I got a sticker that fits perfectly on the
It
back.
fucking hurts.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
All right, they know you've head butted the door. He's bluey old.
Yeah, Rio's actually got his wing.
Laura, how you doing?
How am I doing? I'm fucking hurting, TJ.
Oh.
We've got to kill a door.
What's wrong with the door?
Jim
Just
Jim says
killed me.
hello.
Hi, Jim. And it's the same freaking door's just taking my head off.
Uh-oh. Does it have a mind of its own and just opens and closes sometimes by
No,
itself?
I was putting something in there, weren't looking what I was doing, and shut my own head in the door. Hi, Joe. Hope you've had a better day than me.
Hey, Laura, you having a wonderful morning or day, evening?
No, I'm injured. No, I'm injured.
David
Don't
hit her in
let
the
David
head
slap you anymore.
David hit her in the head with the cupboard door.
No. I've paid the door.
Oh, this fucking hurts.
I'm more worried about Louis at the moment. Well, I'm worried about all of you, but I think
Well, at
Louis-
least you know he's abusive before y'all get married.
I'm not looking forward to going live tomorrow. Just put it that way. 'Cause I've got one thing in it, it's going to spread to my eye.
It won't. If you keep that on.
You have a black eye?
You will have.
Is that gonna be nerve wracking for you tomorrow, Laura?
Well, when I do my battle.
She's
or
gonna
when I
go.
go live.
Have you just been live?
I am definitely showing up to see you with a black eye.
What did they say?
I'm so great. Don't reverse on gingerbread. They didn't see it.
Well, you had a real day today, David. Laura hit her head with the door, and the
two birdies decided to go through the door.
Well, like the same door, I just smacked my fucking head on.
And it's the same door.
Wow.
I'm taking the door down. It's going.
It's going. The door's going.
The door is going.
The thing is, it's a cupboard that's on the wall, right?
You remember how
It's meant to have a door. That's the point. You're short and you still managed to hit yourself in the head.
Oh, there it goes. Whoa.
Hey.
The black hole showed up.
Black hole.
TJ, that's an idea. TJ, next time you do a video, yeah, just in case you get this long stretch of blackness, yeah, just do a video of you yawning that looks like it's a constant yawn right to the end.
Oh yeah. That's funny. And just hold the camera like really close to my mouth.
Got a headache, yeah?
Yeah,
How bad?
not bad. It's just an inkling in the back at the minute. Well, actually, the headache's more around here. It's really hurting my jaw.
Yeah.
It's all around here. This
Hey,
bit.
TJ,
I
on
smacked
Captain
my whole
Ray's,
thumb
they got
off.
Quad Mafia came on, and I
See,
said,
not
forget
bruised
about it.
Bruised ear.
Forget about
I swear, I
it.
think the
Yeah.
corner got me.
Forget about it.
Yeah, Lawrence and Herman are live right now too.
I'm worried
Yeah.
about.
He's all right.
So I've been trying to print a rose, right?
He's playing.
Yeah.
This is the one
Yeah.
Johnny
Yeah.
printed, the real nice one.
A little ball toy.
And
in
for
front
some
of him.
reason, my printer
Yeah.
fills it in on the top.
Going in the cage at
No. Out.
Can't figure
Well,
why.
you just put some of the cockatiel seed in it. or that one?
Then I printed another one, had it nice and
On
pretty,
the outline.
and I picked it up and it fell
Top
apart.
at the
Oh, I
side.
give up.
Okay, I'll do it in a second.
Oh, well, they must have ended early or whatever. I don't
No,
know.
they're still on.
Jim said that they're done, but I guess they're still on, I guess.
Yeah, they're still on.
Yeah.
Johnny and Ray are on.
Yeah, John and Ray on.
Oh. Yeah, I just after I did my video, I sent it to Johnny to play tonight.
That last video I shot with the Mavic 3, the one of the boat races, or the boat race, got over 300 views.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Mm.
$304 views right now. Now we're getting the sunshine, so the rain should be over.
Okay.
But we're under a flash flood warning until tomorrow at noon, because all the rain north of us is coming, all the water's coming down.
Wow. That make a good acrylic picture right there, right? It is. I know. Tell me about it. Dang.
That's a pretty nice one.
I wish I had more room on the wall. I keep thinking of it. I ran out of room, Johnny.
Oh, Joe, you want to go over on Johnny's channel?
No, I'm listening. Nobody's on this panel tonight. They're just showing videos.
Oh, okay.
And that is you. The bird, the sun. What drone you flying here, Andrew?
And I'm waiting on my editor. He's going to be coming by to drop me off that award.
I heard him say TJ.
Yeah, I sent Johnny my video that I just put out.
You mean your 15 minutes of black hole?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The music on Johnny's is going to get you there, Paul.
You mean TJ is going to get TJ?
Yeah, well, he's playing it, and it come on. It's on your channel.
I'm not playing it.
No matter. It could be in the background.
Well, I'm not playing it. You're playing it.
Videos they do, and hey, that's everybody. I know they pop up. Sometimes they pop up on feed. Sometimes you'll see them in Messenger, or you'll see them on, donations, Facebook page, Bible Fund page. So, let's see.
I like Ray's shirt that he's got.
Mm.
Real quick little video he did. This is only 5 and 40 seconds per day.
Quick video is better.
Excuse me.
Oh, bless you.
Bless you.
Well, I think I'm going to call it, guys.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
Dominic's
Paul.
ready to go, and
See everybody
TJ
in the
wants to go
morning.
get some pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, go get some pizza.
Bye,
Good luck.
Alrighty.
You behave yourself. Thanks for coming in,
Pepperoni pizza.
David.
Yeah,
Joe,
catch
we'll
you all
see
tomorrow.
Yep. Bye bye.